All right, so let's hear about Pierre Poilievre talking about his platform. Let's take a look. And his platform, the goal isn't to force young people to forage in the forest for like berries and like wild mushrooms so they can eat, so they don't starve to death. As is predicted by Mark Carney's own Privy Council, if we don't change the current path that we're on.
We can choose change. We can choose hope. We can choose our future. Our platform at forachange.ca lays out this plan. It is a plan that will lower taxes and debt by getting rid of bureaucracy, consulting fees, waste, and excessive foreign aid to dictators, terrorists, and global bureaucracy. It is a plan to build homes by removing taxes and bureaucracy. It is a plan for safe streets by locking up criminals for a change. Change to unleash our resources so that we can stand on our own 2 feet and stand up to Trump and anyone else from a position of strength. The choice is this: a 4th Liberal term with Mark Carney, whose reckless Liberal plan will add even more debt than Trudeau, or a new Conservative government with a responsible plan to save $125 billion and put us back on the path to growth and security. This is my plan for change.
His plan is still not going to balance the budget within 3 years. There'll still be a bit of a deficit by that 3rd year, but it starts getting it under control. And in the meantime, we'll be increasing revenue by taking advantage of our natural resources, obviously, but also pro-business practices that will be helpful for small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses, just getting the country rolling again. It's not a dystopian end to this, the way it is with the Carney plan, which is just, again, it's what Trudeau was doing, but supercharged, right? The investments in what? In green. We already tried that. Trudeau might as well have taken out all those billions of dollars that he invested in the new economy and just taken it to a field, taken pallets of cash out to a field and just burned it. Because that's what we got. That's what we got, right? And it was all borrowed money, too, that we have to pay interest on. Carney is just promising more of that. More, like not just an extension of it, but actually more, borrowing more to do more of that, to destroy Canadians' futures, especially young Canadians' futures. It's totally crazy. I want to show you something else.
I think the Conservatives, they don't actually have a hard target. They have kind of a fiscal rule saying if we're going to have additional spending, we're going to offset it. Mm-hmm. And if we're going to raise taxes, we're going to have a referendum. But they don't actually have a hard target, though the Conservatives are showing a much lower deficit track, as you've noted. And that would be consistent with a declining debt to GDP ratio, which is a good practice.
Yeah, so never getting on again. Never getting on again. Good practice,
I think in terms of the amount of...
So the Conservative platform would be good practice. This guy's never getting on again. He's betrayed the CBC. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.